Welcome to our Research and Scholarship MedBit series, produced by the Office of Faculty Development. In this video, we will cover how to form a research question with Dr. Kimberly Washington, our Director of Scholarship and Research. Forming a good research question leads to building a good hypothesis. Researchers face difficulty in turning valid, relevant issues into research questions. In this video, we will discuss different types of research questions with step-by-step guidance on how to generate a good question. A problem statement is a clear and concise statement which describes the problem that a research question intends to address. Problems are usually identified from either observing aspects of your clinical practice or educational environment that you feel are worthy of further study. Although your observation may be broad in nature, the problem statement should deal with one or multiple individual parts of the observed problem. In this way, it focuses your research question. So, what are the characteristics of a good research question? A good research question details the problem statement, describes and refines the issue, adds focus to the problem statement, sets the context of research, and guides data collection and analysis. There is often little support on how to create innovative research questions. If you are having difficulty developing a research question, the best way to remedy this is by reading research on your topic of interest that has already been published. Often, reading about what others are doing in your area of interest can prompt great ideas for research of your own. There are three main types of research questions that we will cover. They are quantitative, qualitative, and mixed methods. Quantitative research questions include precise populations to be studied, dependent and independent variables. This method will establish a link between research question and research design. Lastly, there are three categories for quantitative research questions: descriptive, comparative, and relationship. Qualitative questions are also linked to research design and include contextual research, descriptive research, emancipatory research, evaluative research, explanatory research, exploratory research, and generative research. Finally, we have mixed methods research questions that have elements of both qualitative and quantitative research methods. Let us explore the three types of quantitative research questions a bit more. Descriptive research questions will describe research variables and measure response of a study population to one or more variables. Comparative research questions will discover the differences between two or more groups for an outcome variable. Relationship questions seek to explore and define trends and interactions between two or more variables. Let's take another look at qualitative research questions. Qualitative research leans heavily on statistical analysis to display outcomes of the research question. This includes contextual questions, which describe what already exists, descriptive questions, which describe a phenomenon, emancipatory questions, which produce knowledge, allowing for engagement and social action. Evaluative questions assess effectiveness of existing methods or paradigms. Explanatory questions expound on a phenomenon and expand on reasons for associations between phenomena. Exploratory questions investigate little-known areas of a particular topic. And finally, generative questions provide new ideas for development of theories and actions. Here are 5 steps that can help you develop your research questions. Step 1 is to start with a broad topic. What problem have you observed? Step 2 is to do your preliminary research. What knowledge already exists on this topic of interest or this problem? Step 3 is to narrow your topic and determine the question. What specific question are you attempting to answer? Step 4 is to evaluate the soundness of your question. Is my study designed to answer the question I am asking? Lastly, step 5 is to construct your research question. Step 1 of determining a research question is starting with a broad topic. You can do this by brainstorming and concept mapping. You will also need to choose an area that you are genuinely interested in. Your interest will affect your motivation level throughout your research. Remember to consider interests being addressed by the research community, as it may affect your paper's chances of getting published. Step 2 of creating a research question is to do your preliminary research. You should be researching what has been published recently on your topic. This will allow you to identify gaps or limitations in existing knowledge of your topic. Additionally, this can help if you are applying for research grants. Step 3 is narrowing down your topic and determining your research question. There are two ways to do this. The first way is by gap spotting, where you construct research questions out of identified limitations in literature and overlooked areas of study. The second way of doing this is by problematization, or by challenging assumptions that support others' conclusions and the researcher's theoretical questions, and constructing research questions that challenge your views or knowledge of the area of study. Step 4 of developing a good research question is to evaluate the soundness of your question. Not all interesting questions make for sound research questions. You can do this by following the finer framework. Is your question feasible, interesting, novel, ethical, and relevant? In this evaluation, you must also ensure that your research question is designed appropriately to answer the question you are asking. The final step is to pull everything together and construct your research question. When doing this, consider the PICOT or PICOT research question framework and ensure that you have included the questions population, patients, or problem, the intervention or indicator being studied, that your question includes a comparison group, outcome of interest, and time frame of study. Once you have developed your research question, consider presenting that question at an upcoming Works in Progress session. In this 1-hour session, faculty members are allowed to bring their research project at any stage of the process and present amongst a community of peer researchers and faculty. In this supportive environment, encouragements and critiques are made to further improve your study and help you maintain your motivation and drive to complete the study. These sessions are held quarterly, and you can reach out to the Office of Faculty Development to inquire about adding your project to the next WIP session for discussion. Thank you for watching this video. Please reach out to the Office of Faculty Development for more assistance or with any questions or concerns.